Hi everyone, so we finished up with our central nervous system yesterday, so let's talk about our peripheral nervous system. So remember, our peripheral nervous system really has everything to do with all the different nerves that we have in our body. So our peripheral nervous system are all those nerves that extend from either the brain or the spinal cord. So our cranial nerves, which are going to come from the undersurface of our brain, we have 12 pairs of those. And then our spinal nerves, we have that are attached directly to our spinal cord, we have 31 pairs of spinal nerves. So right here we have a nice diagram of potentially what all of these nerves are going to control here. So we have our cervical nerves that are within our cervical vertebrae. And we're going to see that a lot of these cervical nerves are going to control the parts of our body that are kind of above and where we would see our cervical vertebrae. So our head and neck, our diaphragm, our arm muscles, wrists, hand, all those. And then when we get to our thoracic nerves, we're going to see that a lot of these nerves, again, are controlling what's in that area. So our chest and our abdominal muscles, our lumbars are going to be mainly controlling our leg muscles. And then we can see our sacral nerves, which we know our sacrum is that last little bit here, are going to mostly control our bowel and bladder, so a lot of our digestional organs, and then some of our sexual function as well. And remember, in the divisions of our peripheral nervous system, we have two divisions off of our peripheral, and that is our somatic nervous system is one. And our somatic nervous system is really in control of all of the things that we can kind of control ourselves. So our skin, our sense organs, and our skeletal muscles. So it's going to relay that information to the central nervous system. And then we're going to get back that information from our central nervous system, and it brings our responses back to our skeletal muscles so we can move. So this is going to be us really thinking for our sense organs to say, okay, so I want to start walking now. So with our somatic nervous system, we're going to send that signal to our central nervous system, and it's going to send back a response of how we are going to move our muscles, so which muscles are going to be moved. So this is really important to remember that this is all voluntary control. So our somatic nervous system is voluntary controls, where our autonomic nervous system, so think of automatic, it does it involuntarily. So these are going to regulate body's involuntary responses, so say digestion, blinking, heart beating, all those different types of things. And this is where we're also going to see what we call our fight or flight response. So our fight or flight response are actually going to be in our divisions below the autonomic system with our sympathetic. Our sympathetic nervous system are really important in times of stress. So that's going to be our emergency response, which is also our fight or flight responses. So that's really important. Those are the things that are going to help us survive in times of immense stress. And when I say stress, I don't necessarily mean stressful times like you have a test tomorrow and that type of thing. It's more of a death or life or death situations. So that's where our sympathetic nervous system is going to come in. And then our parasympathetic is probably what you're going to see most of the time is when our body is at rest. So performing normal functions, digesting normally, our heart rate is equal and consistent, we're breathing at a normal pace. All of those things are going to be controlled by our parasympathetic nervous system. But remember, all of those two divisions are going to fall under our autonomic nervous system, which are mostly talking about internal organs here. So let's take a look. So our parasympathetic, remember this is our rest versus our stressed situations. So in a normal regular time when we are at rest with our parasympathetic nervous system, we're going to see that our pimples are going to contract, stimulates of salivation. We're going to see normal contractions of our bronchi, which is our lungs, so normal beating. We have a nice slow and consistent heart rate, regular digestive activity, regular like that, and also a normal bladder. So it contracts our bladder. Where our sympathetic, in times of stress, we're going to see that our pupils dilate so we can see better. We're going to stop salivation because digestion is not the most important thing when we are in a stressed life or death situation. We're going to see a relaxed bronchi, so that's going to allow a faster breath pace to start. Accelerated heartbeat, again inhibiting of our digestive system. Releasing glucose from our liver, so that's really important because that's going to give us extra energy in case we decide to flight. And then in this case, our bladder is actually relaxing, which is why sometimes when, say, animals are scared, they might pee, and humans do the same type of reaction as well. Okay, so if we have any questions here, please feel free to reach out.